That's good. Sorry, so
Call the public hearing to order.
I had to say 2 days ago.
Ellie, go ahead and read the notice, please.
Notice is hereby given by the Chair of the St. Lawrence County Board of Legislators that the Chair and the members of the Board of Legislators of the County of St. Lawrence will meet at the Board of Legislators Chambers Courthouse located at 48 4th Street, Canton, New York at 5:45 p.m. on Monday, October 3rd, 2022 for the purpose of conducting public hearing, adopting proposed local law C for the year 2022. Authorizing the use of video or similar service for remote attendance of meetings, public bodies acted in the name of St. Lawrence County pursuant to Chapter 1 of the laws of 2022 for the state of New York. Be it enacted by the Board of Legislators of the County of St. Lawrence as follows. Section 1, purpose and scope. The people's right to witness and observe the governmental decision-making process in action is basic to our society. Access to public portions of meetings, the public bodies must be protected and maintained. We adopt these guidelines in order to provide direction concerning the procedures by which public meetings of this public body may be photographed, recorded, and broadcast. Section 2, recording and broadcasting public portions of meetings. The public portion of any meeting of a public body may be photographed, recorded, and broadcast. A public body may adopt reasonable rules governing the location of equipment and personnel used to photograph, record, and broadcast the public portion of a meeting in order to ensure that the use of such equipment does not detract from or interfere with the deliberative process. There is no privacy interest in statements made during public portions of meetings of public bodies. Distaste or embarrassment shall not constitute a basis for prohibiting or limiting the photographing, recording, or broadcasting of those present at a meeting. Section 3, rules for recording and broadcasting public portions of meetings. Operation of equipment to photograph, record, and broadcast a meeting is permitted unless it is obtrusive, disruptive, or interferes with the deliberative process or the right of persons in attendance to observe or listen to proceedings. Use of equipment necessary to photograph, record, or broadcast is permitted without notice to or express permission from the public body or those in attendance at the meeting. Use of equipment necessary to photograph, record, or broadcast is permitted in a supervised or unsupervised manner. Use of special lighting or large equipment necessary to photograph, record, or broadcast a meeting is permitted unless it is intrusive or disruptive. Personnel who operate equipment necessary to photograph, record, and/or broadcast a meeting shall be permitted to move about the room as long as such movement does not disrupt or interfere with the deliberative process. Use of equipment necessary to photograph, record, and/or broadcast a meeting shall not be limited to a location from which such equipment is not reasonably capable of photographing, recording, and/or broadcasting. Persons operating equipment necessary to photograph, record, and/or broadcast shall be given a reasonable opportunity to modify their actions in order to avoid interference with the deliberative process. Section 4, public notice. These rules governing the operation of equipment necessary to photograph, record, or broadcast a meeting shall be posted in a designated location. Written copies of such rules shall be provided upon request, free of charge, to those in attendance at or who seek to attend a meeting. Section 5. If any provision of these guidelines or the application thereof to any person or circumstance is judged invalid by a court of competent jurisdiction, such judgment shall not affect or impair the validity of the other provisions of these regulations or the application thereof to other persons and circumstances. Section 6, effective date. This local law shall take effect immediately upon filing with the Secretary of State by order of the Board of Legislators.
Does anyone have any comments? It's public law. See any comments? Then we will close the public hearing. Let me call the October 3rd, 2022 meeting to order. We have a roll call, Kelly.
Reagan,
Here.
Forsythe,
Here.
Lightfoot,
Here.
Sheridan,
Here.
Smithers,
Here.
Denisha,
Here.
Perkins,
Here.
Akers,
Here.
Fay,
Here.
Haggard, here, Piacco, here, Burke,
Here.
Arquette,
Here.
Terminelli, here, Kern, here, 15 present.
I'm present. Legislator Denisha, would you lead us in prayer and the pledge of allegiance?
Dear Heavenly Father, this evening we give thanks yet again for the opportunity to gather in your sight. May you hear our prayers and may you be gracious to us and bless us individually and as a nation. We ask that you grant us understanding and courage in all our actions and deliberations. May our faith in you and one another grow beyond our doubts. May you bring us together in unity of purpose. All these things we ask in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, through whom all things are possible. Amen.
With
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
the motion to approve the agenda for this evening. Mr. Denisha makes the motion, seconded by Mr. Smithers. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Need a motion for the approval of the minutes for September 12th by Mr. Kern and seconded by Mr. Perkins. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Communications, do we have any coming?
Resolution was received from Niagara County Legislature opposing New York State actions restricting Second Amendment rights. An email was received from Jennifer Backstrom of Syracuse asking the district attorney and New York State governor to refer her son's case to the Attorney General's office. An email was received from Jeff Wilson of Messina saying it's a waste of taxpayer money and the county attorney's time to fight a legal battle against the recent gun laws.
Thank you. At this time, we have citizen participation. We have 3 names on this list here. Dottie Spears will be the first. Just state your name when you step up to the microphone. You got like 5 minutes, Dottie.
Okay, I'll do my best. Please keep in mind, I've traveled about 1,000 miles to be
Okay.
here tonight. So, now what I have here are documentation that I need to have for court, for family court. Try lifting this. Nothing's in there but documentation.
Okay.
And this is a DSS organization chart. You got, you legislators are at the very top of it to answer for DSS. So I'm a little nervous too, so please be patient. I want to begin by saying that now you put a face with my name. I'm Dottie Spears. I'm the grandma from Tennessee who you continue to allow DSS to violate my federal and state rights. I'm not an uneducated redneck hillbilly. I'm very well educated. I've worked long and hard to earn my master's degree in childhood education. I raised 3 sons, worked in a school district as a teaching assistant and a substitute, volunteered in my community as a coach, a Cub Scout leader, a Girl Scout leader, and PTA positions, as well as other volunteering capacities in my community. I also cared for my parents who each had 2 strokes, had my own life-threatening surgery, and I even buried my mother. So, as you can see, I am strong. I am determined. I am passionate. I am educated. And I'm not going anywhere until you serve justice and hold yourselves and DSS as well as others accountable. Your constituents need to hear and see proof that the men and women they have elected are involved with this DSS scandal. and are working on covering up these issues that involve children and parents within their very own community, instead of receiving lip service that the families who have spoken up are receiving. Here's a question. So December of 2020, there was an ethics oversight report made. So there, it states that the ethics board did not adequately administer the county's disclosure system that is intended to foster transparency and help potential conflicts of interest. We know that Mr. Seaver is addressing conflicts of interest at DSS. The Board of Ethics did not provide ethic training and education to all officers and employees, as appears to be required by the Code of Ethics. So it says, review the Code of Ethics or prepare an annual report of the 2017 activities during their audit period. So county officials agreed with the recommendation and have initiated or indicated they plan to initiate corrective action. Is there a report or plan from St. Lawrence County for the corrective action plan? Mr. Burke, on June 30th, 2021, you stated, if we don't stand up for them, who will? My question to you, are you trying to protect them because of a possible relative that's an administrative assistant at DSS? I did supervising training, and here is the organization chart, just so you know where I received it from. Mr. Seaver, in North Country this week's edition for May 27th to June 2nd, you stated, while our primary objective is to seek to reunite children with their biological families, you have helped and allowed a caseworker to help another one of your employees to keep my grandson away from his biological family. We held a positive ICPC for my grandson to come to us. Nothing was done. Now I have to go through the whole process all over again. How is that fair? That I'm here while we're working on a new ICPC because DSS chose not to do anything. You also allowed this DSS employee to resign their position to work in another county department, so your report and the Bonadio report could state that there are no DSS employees fostering county children with which are your kid. All you have done to address this is place a moratorium from DSS employees fostering non-kin children. How long is this moratorium for? Legislators, what happened to the resolution concerning the DSS employees being able to foster? Is it because Mr. Seaver is now addressing it and you're just letting it go? Ms. Coran, if what you know and privately speak is the truth, stop hiding the truth. Stop stating that you will deny what you are privately saying. Hiding the truth makes you guiltier than the actions of DSS. You are in a position to end the scandal. Your constituents need to know that you talk the talk, but you won't walk the walk. Speak out, speak up, speak the truth.
Thank you. Francine Griffin.
The investigation. Bonadio Group's investigation that was presented to the public and complainant was not an investigation as it was described into the wrongdoings and crimes of CPS. Bonadio was trained by Office of Children and Family Services and reports to them. Bonadio reviews policies, procedures, and practices and gives recommendations. Hancock Esterbrook for the law firm the county hired to represent the county. This law firm has represented this county numerous times. I don't believe they were brought in to conduct a fair, unbiased investigation. I believe they were called in to protect the county against possible coups. Mr. Button pretty much let that cat out of the bag when the legislator asked if complainants would receive help with attorneys in this issue. Mr. Button's reply was, why would we help them when there's a possibility of suit? That also summed up what the intent and outcome of their intention was going to be. Because in the end, Both Hancock, Estabrook, and Bonadeo denied all wrongdoing in crimes. When you all sat here, one of you said a word in objection or question, when many of you knew there were legitimate cases and even for such, not publicly, of course. What you basically have done was to give your consent to the injustices in some of these cases. Ruth Doyle and Stephen Button in an article with No Country Now, I believe, getting it right in regards to the investigation. The article didn't get it right. And I believe there was an attempt to strike those names in the article. Ms. Doyle and Mr. Button didn't attend that meeting in question. I did. The best advice would be not to have proof and lies in print. When there's a possibility your words can be disproven. I can recite everything that was said in that meeting. I was there. From the beginning, it was stated all was being done for DSS first. That's all that was done. The committee was
You can
formed.
speak up a little bit. I think they're having.
A committee was formed by some of you to hire a new DSS commissioner. There was no due diligence. Mr. Sieber came from Florida's Department of Juvenile Justice System, a system notorious for horrifically failing children. He was to be terminated and investigated, but resigned immediately. He failed 3 reviews, and they were concerned with his job performance. Complaints by staff providers and other stakeholders about him. Safety and security issues were addressed with him, but no practice were implemented to correct concerns. We have heard he's doing a good job. Is he? The public hears him and Ms. Miranda operations meeting. They present the chart to the graph. But as some have learned the hard way, sometimes what CPS writes on paper isn't what the papers are written on. I hope changes are being made for good, but you will never stop the corruption within when there's no accountability and transparency. This investigation has the appearance of conspiracy of cover-up and crime. And in some cases, coercion. Again, some of you stating there were legitimate cases and some of you trying to help in a couple of these cases. To publicly let on a deal and Hancock Estabrook announced no wrongdoing. Absolutely unbelievable and ludicrous. This is a nationwide issue right now. But you can't have the truth of wrongdoing and crimes committed by those tasked with protecting children get out. Well, it's out across the United States. Children like Thomas Galva still dying. When I look around this room, I see elected officials who failed to initiate a fair, unbiased investigation. For those of you with a mindset that in order to be involved with CPS, you must have done something wrong, shame on you. That's not always the case. Your actions in this issue revealed that your words held no weight in some of these cases. No truth. When gun rights and fishing rights outweigh children's rights, we have a problem in this society. But this system is $1 billion industry, and you can't hear children's cries and screams from the grave or the voices of those begging for help silently that never comes. As long as the corruption continues, there will be those who will not stop fighting for children. You can all count on that, and you can bet on it.
Carol and Laura, Lisbon.
Well, my name is Cheryl Merritt. I have a story. I don't know how it's the first time I've been here. I worked for a school district for 39 years. I've raised 8 children. I've never had CPS at my door, knock on my door. Every one of my children walked across the stage, graduated, and became perfect human, or not perfect humans, but human beings out in the workforce. I have dedicated my whole life coaching children, PTA, taking care of other people's children. Every child that I've come in contact, I've treated them as my own. I have an embellished record in our school district, and everybody in my school district is behind me 100%. And I was told that I couldn't visit my granddaughter or see my granddaughter for 2 years. I've been fighting this. And they said that the best interest of my granddaughter is to never come in contact with me and my family again. I have several grandchildren that go to the same school as my granddaughter. We watch her and we look at her. And I don't understand how they could rule against a person. My husband and I have worked our tails for years and years. We are great citizens as far as I'm concerned in this community. We've given where we need to give. We've helped where we need to help. And we're not understanding, and nobody I talk to can understand the situation, or why I got denied my granddaughter when my son was killed in a car accident. I've lost him. And now they're telling me I'm losing my grandchild. And I don't understand why. There's nothing in my record that says I've ever treated a child with any disrespect. 38 years, I've been entrusted with thousands and thousands of children in the school district with not even anything blemishing in my records. And then to tell me that I can't have my granddaughter, I don't understand. I need help, and I need people to hear this story, because I believe I'm a victim of corruption of the CPS. And I don't know where to go, but I've been fighting and fighting, and it's costing me a lot of money, but I don't care how much it costs me. I will sell everything I have before I'll back down, because I love every one of my children and everybody else's children. And you can check my records and go look at anything. I have never done anything against children or people. I need people to hear, and I need people to fight for us and everybody else. It's so wrong. I don't know what else to say except, please open your minds and look at what's going on. This is a true story standing in front of you. I still wake up every night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, with pain in my stomach, with the visions of my granddaughter, who's an innocent victim of this situation. And I don't get another granddaughter from my son because he's been killed in a car accident. And I don't understand. I can have all my other grandchildren. We can all be a family. All my children would take her in, any one of them. And they're all very good people with good jobs, good homes. And they tell us that a non-blood person is going to be able to adopt my granddaughter. I do not understand. Not even a blood member of our family. Thank you for listening.
Those are all the names on the list. Is there anyone else that wants to press one? Thank you. Time we'll go to presentation resolutions. The Lightfoot. And resolution.
Yes, hang on just a second. Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with Navient Incorporated for software subscription and support for on-base Unity client server and Unity Form software. Move for its adoption.
Seconded by Ms. Kern. Is there any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with Danielle Bronk, PhD, for neurological evaluations and move for its adoption.
Second by Ms. Kern. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman, I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign contracts for qualified individual assessment services and move for its adoption.
Second by Ms. Kern. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman, I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with Patagonia Health for electronic health record software and modifying the 2022 budget for the Public Health Department. Move for its adoption.
Second by Ms. Kern. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call vote.
Arquette,
Yes.
Carmelli.
Yes.
Kern. Yes. Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins,
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Fay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Yakov,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
15 yes.
Motion carries. Mr. Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution proclaiming October 23rd through the 29th, 2022 as National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week in St. Lawrence County, and move for its adoption.
Seconded by Ms. Kern and Mr. Perkins. Any discussion? Don't see any discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Lightfoot.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution accepting a donation of 5 iPads from the Diocese of Ogdensburg for community services, and move for its adoption.
Seconded by Ms. Kern. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Mr. Chairman, did I miss one?
Yes, you did. The proclaiming October 23rd.
Okay, no, I gave that one. I think I missed the one previous to that.
Authorizing the chair to sign a contract with PennDOT. Did that.
Yes, there are 2 of those. Patagonia was the first one. I don't think. Can the clerk, let me know which one I missed?
Okay. That's it. That was not page 1. Page 5.
I thought so, yeah.
Page 5.
I think it's 5. With your permission, I present it at this time.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I offer resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with PennDOT for e-signature software for the early intervention program in the Public Health Department. Move for its adoption.
Seconded by Mr. Perkins and Ms. Kern. Any discussion? We have a roll call vote.
No need.
No need. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Lightfoot. No, I think you're finished, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, Ms. Kern.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services Office of Interoperable and Emergency Communications for fiscal year 2021-2022 statewide interoperable communications formula grant, and to modify the 2022 budget for emergency services. And I move this resolution.
Second by Mr. Denisha. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call.
Terminelli?
Yes.
Kern? Yes. Reagan?
Yes.
Forsythe?
Yes.
Lightfoot?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Smithers?
Yes.
Denisha?
Yes.
Perkins?
Yes.
Akers?
Yes.
Fay?
Yes.
Haggard?
Yes.
Yakko? Yes. Burke?
Yes.
Barclay?
Yes. Resolution carries. Ms. Kern.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for emergency services for an account change to a 2020 FHSP grant received from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services. And I move that.
Second by Mr. Denisha. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call vote.
Curran? Yes. Reagan?
Yes.
Forsythe?
Yes.
Lightfoot?
Yes.
Sheridan?
Yes.
Smithers?
Yes.
Denisha?
Yes.
Perkins?
Yes.
Akers?
Yes.
Fay?
Yes.
Haggard?
Yes.
Yakko?
Yes.
Burke?
Yes.
Barclay?
Yes.
Terminelli?
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Ms. Kern.
I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign contracts with Business Electronics BEI Holdings for recording system for equipment and maintenance. We move that resolution.
Okay, you skipped one. We'll go back to that a little later.
Sorry.
But second on that motion, Mr. Perkins, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, Ms. Kern. Number 10, page 12.
Sorry. I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with New York State Office of Homeland Security for a fiscal year 21 PSAP grant and modifying the 2022 budget program.
And second by Mr. Lightfoot. And any discussion? No discussion, we have a roll call vote.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins,
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Day,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Piacco,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Arqua,
Yes.
Terminelli,
yes,
Kern,
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Kern.
I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a lease with St. Lawrence Valley Educational Television Council Incorporated for the purpose of maintaining a radio communications antenna on the WNPI Channel 18 tower in South Portland for the sheriff's office. Move that resolution.
Second by Mr. Smithers, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Kern.
Have a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the sheriff's office for account expenses in the civil and correctional divisions in the sheriff's office, and move that resolution.
Second by Mr. Smithers and Mr. Perkins. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, we'll have a roll call vote.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Bay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Piacco,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Arqua,
Yes.
Terminelli,
yes,
Kern,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Kern.
I have a resolution creating and filling a school resource deputy position at the Hermitage Health School, Central School District, and modifying the 2022 budget for the sheriff's office. And move this resolution.
Second by Mr. Denisha. Any discussion? No discussion.
Yes.
There is discussion. Go ahead, Mr. Denisha, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say that appreciate the support of the board and Sheriff's Department for fulfilling this.
Thank you. Any other discussion? We have a roll call vote?
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
Bay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Piacco,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Arqua,
Yes.
Terminelli,
yes,
Kern,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Kern.
I have a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the sheriff's office due to an increase in cost for a vehicle for the sheriff's office, and move this resolution.
And a second by Mr. Smithers. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins,
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
Bay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Piacco,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Arqua,
Yes.
Terminelli,
yes,
Kern,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Ms. Kern.
I have a resolution authorizing the Seaway Valley Prevention Council to offer peer services for the mandated medication for addiction treatment program at the correctional facility, and move this resolution.
Second by Mr. Akers. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Ms. Kern.
I have a resolution authorizing the sheriff's office to enter into an agreement with community services for the medication assisted treatment program.
And Mr. Smithers seconds it. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Go ahead, Mr. Kern.
I have a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the sheriff's office for a 2023 police traffic services grant from the state of New York Governor's Traffic Safety Committee, and move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Perkins, Mr. Denisha. Any discussion? No discussion, we have a roll call vote.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Fay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Bianco.
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Artois,
Yes.
Terminelli,
Yes.
Curran,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes,
15 yes.
carried. Ms. Kern.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a resolution declaring October Domestic Violence Awareness Month in St. Lawrence County and move this resolution.
Mr. Akers seconds it. Is there any discussion? Go ahead, Ms. Kern.
Every year, St. Lawrence County residents come in contact with hundreds of people who are victims of domestic violence. We thankfully have a renewal house here in our county that has help for people. And I would like everyone to think about maybe if you're going to donate this year, donating to Renewal House, they can use the resources.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All in favor of the resolution?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Ms. Kern, go ahead.
I have a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the Planning Office for Public Transportation. Move this resolution.
Second by Mr. Forsythe. And any discussion? No discussion. So a roll call on that.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
Fay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Bianco.
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Artois,
Yes.
Terminelli,
Yes.
Curran,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes,
Smithers,
Yes.
15 yes.
resolution carries. Ms. Kern.
I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract amendment with the New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation for the additional funding for the third round of septic system replacement program and modifying the 2022 budget for the planning office. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Lightfoot, Mr. Forsythe, Mr. Akers, Mr. Fay. Any discussion? Yes, go ahead, Mr. Forsythe.
No, it's just a question for Jason. Jason, the second round of funding is halfway dispersed, from what I hear approximately.
A little under half.
Okay, what happens if the funds aren't totally utilized, or is there a time frame, or how's that?
The program runs through December
Of 2020?
2026.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Questions? Roll call, please.
Perkins,
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Fay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Bianco.
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Artois,
Yes.
Terminelli, yes. Curran,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes,
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
15 yes.
resolution carries. Ms. Kern.
I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with Info Quick Solutions, Inc. for the St. Lawrence County Clerk's Record Management System, and I move this resolution.
Seconded by Ms. Bianco. And is there any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Ms. Kern.
I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with New York Board of Elections for an absentee ballot prepaid postage grant for the Board of Elections. Move this resolution.
And seconded by Mr. Perkins. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Go ahead, Ms. Kern.
I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign the 2022-2023 Criminal Justice Discovery Reform Grant for the District Attorney's Office, and move that resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Reagan. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor? Opposed, carried. Ms. Kern,
I have a resolution proclaiming October 2022 as Cybersecurity Awareness Month in St. Lawrence County, and move this resolution.
seconded by Mr. Smithers. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor? Opposed, carried. Ms. Kern,
I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign an amended contract with Usherwood Office Technology for the Information Technology Department, and move the resolution.
seconded by Mr. Akers, Mr. Forsythe. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Ms. Kern,
I have a resolution authorizing the chair to sign an amended contract with Big Leaf Networks for internet communication services for the Information Technology Department, and move that resolution.
seconded by Mr. Perkins. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Ms. Kern,
I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a facilities use permit with the State University of New York College of Technology at Canton, New York.
and second by Mr. Perkins. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Go ahead, Ms. Kern.
I offer a resolution revising the Medicare Part B premium reimbursement policy.
And seconded by Mr. Perkins. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor? Opposed, carried. That, on that last resolution, under hired by St. Lawrence County, see that under eligibility, it's been changed to on or prior to October 1st, 2012. And also, and then under the, where it says unless otherwise negotiated in relevant union contracts, where it says retired hirees hired prior, it should be changed to on or prior to 10/1/2012, or on or prior to 2001. So there's two on or ors in that sentence under retirees hired prior. And then on the second retirees hired, it should also say on or prior to 10/1/2012. And then the on or should be crossed off. And it only should say retired prior to 10/1/10/12. And then again, on the third one down, retirees hired on or should be crossed off. And just say retirees hired after 10/1/2012. Think you have that all in your resolutions? Changed? What's that? Ruth would like to speak to it as well.
So these changes were made as an amendment at operations, you may remember. This copy didn't get updated for your packets. So these were already amended and approved at the committee level. We just wanted to get a color copy in front of you so you understand where the changes were, they weren't in the packet. Our apologies.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Go ahead. Mr. Akers.
I have one more.
Wait, excuse me, Ms. Kern, go ahead, number 36.
I offer a resolution establishing the St. Lawrence County secondary job policy.
And seconded by Mr. Fay. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer for resolution the authorization of the chair to sign a service agreement with Train US Incorporated for heating, venting, and air conditioning services for the Department of Highways. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Smithers. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the Department of Highways for increased fuel, repair, and overtime expenses. I move the resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Perkins. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call vote.
Akers,
Yes.
Hay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Pieco. Yes. Burke,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Terminelli,
Yes.
Kern,
Yeah.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
15 yes.
Carried. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution approving a change order with Lawman Heating and Cooling for the construction of a fuel islands stations at Lisbon, Russell, and the Potsdam Highway Outpost facilities. I move this resolution.
Second by Ms. Kern. Mr. Smithers, any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call vote.
Hay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Pieco.
Yes.
Burke, Barclay,
Yes.
Terminelli,
Yes.
Kern,
Yeah.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Denisha.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a supplemental agreement with Rich Washburn, architect, for additional services for the Potsdam Outpost facility and modifying the 2022 budget for the Department of Highways. I move this resolution.
Second by Mr. Smithers. Any discussion? No discussion. Could I have a roll call vote?
Haggard,
Yes.
Pieco.
Yes.
Burke, Barclay,
Yes.
Terminelli,
Yes.
Kern,
Yeah.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Denisha.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Hay,
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with Waste Management for processing recyclable materials from the Augsburg Recycling Transfer Facility. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Perkins and Ms. Kern. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the collection of omitted taxes. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Kern. And is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution for the adoption of the equalization rates for 2023 county taxes. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Forsythe and Mr. Fay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the forgiveness of interest penalties and certain fees on the property known as the Oswegatchie River Cranberry Reservoir Regulating District, located at 50 Riverside Drive in the town of Clifton. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Denisha. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign an amended contract with Odin Environmental LLC for Phase 2 environmental investigations on property owned by the estate of Lawrence Churchill and Andy Maslin and Donna Maslin. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Smithers. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution transferring an easement to National Grid for the benefit of Dylan Smith and Sharice Smith over a portion of reforestation land owned and maintained by St. Lawrence County. I move this resolution.
Second by Mr. Smithers and Ms. Kern. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution transferring funds from the 2019 tax foreclosure sale to the environmental remediation reserve account. I move this resolution.
Second by Mr. Smithers and Mr. Lightfoot. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call vote.
Diaco.
Yes.
Burke.
Yes.
Arcot.
Yes.
Terminelli.
Yes.
Curran.
Yes.
Reagan.
Yes.
Forsythe.
Yes.
Lightfoot.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Denisha.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
Fay.
Yes.
Haggard.
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the county attorney's office for the self-insurance fund due to increased costs and scheduled loss of use awards. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Ms. Kern. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call vote. Kelly?
Burke.
Yes.
Arcot.
Yes.
Terminelli.
Yes.
Curran.
Yes.
Reagan.
Yes.
Forsythe.
Yes.
Lightfoot.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Denisha.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
Fay.
Yes.
Haggard.
Yes.
Diaco.
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I have a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the Treasurer's Office of Taxes on county reforestation properties. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Ms. Kern. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call vote.
Arcot.
Yes.
Terminelli.
Yes.
Curran.
Yes.
Reagan.
Yes.
Forsythe.
Yes.
Lightfoot.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Denisha.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
Fay.
Yes.
Haggard.
Yes.
Diaco.
Yes.
Burke.
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer resolution amending resolution number 22-2022, known as Bank Depositories and Investment of County Funds. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Smithers and Ms. Kern. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the county clerk's office for the purchase of equipment related to the turnkey management solution system. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Kern and Mr. Burke. Any discussion? No discussion. Roll call vote.
Terminelli.
Yes.
Curran.
Yes.
Reagan.
Yes.
Forsythe.
Yes.
Lightfoot.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Denisha.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
Fay.
Yes.
Haggard.
Yes.
Diaco.
Yes.
Burke.
Yes.
Arcot.
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for the Emergency Rental Assistance Program known as ERAP for the Department of Social Services. I move the resolution.
Smithers, Mr. Kern seconds. Any discussion? No discussion. We have a roll call vote.
Curran.
Yes.
Reagan.
Yes.
Forsythe.
Yes.
Lightfoot.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Denisha.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers.
Yes.
Fay.
Yes.
Haggard.
Yes.
Diaco.
Yes.
Burke.
Yes.
Arcot.
Yes.
Terminelli.
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to offer the courtesy of this resolution to Mrs. Curran, Ms. Curran, who actually initiated this resolution.
Ms. Kern.
Thank you, Mr. Akers. I have a resolution calling on the Department of Defense to initiate salary increases for active duty military personnel.
Second by Mr. Denisha and Perkins. Would you put your hand up, Mr. Perkins? Anyone else? Mr. Lightfoot? Mr. Akers? Mr. Reagan? All those seconds, and now any discussion? No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers?
Mr. Chairman, I offer this resolution along with many others for authorizing the county attorney to act of counsel to the plaintiffs in Untitled Chapter versus Brewwood ET versus AL challenging the Concealed Carry Improvement Act as a violation of the United States Constitution. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Reagan and Mr. Forsythe, Mr. Lightfoot, and Mr. Arquith, and Ms. Kern, Ms. Perkins, Mr. Perkins, and Mr. Denisha. Did I miss anyone? Okay, and now discussion. I don't see any discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? One opposition. Ms. Haggard. Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution modifying the 2022 budget for property maintenance needs and energy costs. I move this resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Lightfoot. Discussion? See discussion, roll call.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins,
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Hay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Diaco,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Terminelli.
Yeah.
Kern,
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign contracts for exterior maintenance and updates at the county courthouse complex and modifying the 22 budget to open a capital project in the county administrator's office. I move this resolution.
Legislator Denisha seconds it, so is Smithers, and so is Legislator Lightfoot and Ms. Kern. Any discussion? I don't see any discussion. Roll call, please.
Forsythe,
Yes.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers,
Yes.
Denisha,
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Hay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Diaco.
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Terminelli,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a maintenance agreement for monochrome digital press and central printing and mail and modifying the 2022 budget for the county administrator's office. I move the resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Smithers and Ms. Kern. Any discussion? No discussion? Have a roll call vote.
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Smithers.
Yes.
Denisha.
Yes.
Perkins.
Yes.
Akers,
Yes.
Hay,
Yes.
Haggard,
Yes.
Diaco.
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
Barclay,
Yes.
Terminelli.
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
Forsythe,
Yes.
15 yes.
Resolution carries. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing a contract with JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. to participate in the New York State Purchasing Card P-Card Program. I move the resolution.
Second by Mr. Lightfoot, Ms. Haggard, and Ms. Kern. Any discussion? Let's see discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution authorizing the chair to sign a contract with Schlinder Elevator Corporation for elevator maintenance in county facilities and move the resolution.
Second by Mr. Smithers and Ms. Kern. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Akers.
Mr. Chairman, I offer a resolution adopting proposed local law C for the year 2022, authorizing the use of video or similar service for remote attendance of the meetings of public bodies acting in the name of St. Lawrence County pursuant to the Chapter 1 of the laws of 2022 for the state of New York. I move the resolution.
Mr. Perkins seconds. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mr. Reagan.
I'd like to introduce a resolution celebrating October as St. Lawrence County History Month and commemorating the 220th anniversary of the county with recognition of the contributions of its founding officials. I move the resolution.
Seconded by Mr. Tony Arquette and Legislator Akers and Legislator Haggard. Delightful as well. And Ms. Kern. I think we got one. And Mr. Reagan. Oh, you wanted to speak on it? Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank the county historian and the county administrator for putting this forward. I think it's, we're very lucky to have an outstanding county historian who is working diligently to help us celebrate our history and make us aware of the many contributions of those who went before us. They have a display outside the room, and they've worked hard. The county historian is working hard with the other historians around the county to bring together our efforts to celebrate what's gone on before. And the important thing I think we need to keep in mind is history is not just something in a book. It's also a key economic driver in building our tourism industry. And we've seen it over and over and over again around St. Lawrence County, whether you're looking at the Power and Equipment Museum over in Madrid, the Hammond Museum with their Scottish Festival, Ogdensburg with the Fourth Presentation Association. We see our communities reaching into the past to drive tourism and economic activity in our community. So I want to thank all the historians around the county, as well as the leadership of our own county historian and our county administrator for making these things happen. And I, for one, certainly appreciate it. And I hope everyone will join me in supporting this resolution.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Denisha.
Chairman, I offer a resolution vacancies. Good option.
Okay, and seconded by Mr. Smithers, Ms. Kern. Discussion? No discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next, we have county administrator report. Do you have anything for us?
A couple of items to give you updates on. The first is a transfer of funds in the amount of $2,000 for the Emergency Services Department. You may recall a transfer a few months ago with regards to the repairs needed for UCD. That transfer depleted the balance, so we're moving $2,000 to pay for the remainder of the year for the ongoing maintenance of the department. Wanted to let you know the COVID statistics have been updated already by the Public Health Department. They're available on our website, and as a reminder, those are updated once per month. The COVID work group continues to meet one time per month to catch up, and certainly available to ramp up if needed, but at this time will continue to meet the first Monday of the month. Also reported today on that call, the ArriveCan app for entering Canada was dropped. You may have seen over the weekend, so that is not necessary in order, certainly still available to be used, but not necessary to enter Canada. I do want to echo Legislator Reagan's appreciation to our county historian, Nancy LaFavor, for joining us tonight. She has a variety of pieces of county history available for you to take a look at. Also on display, some of you, it occurred to me, may not have seen, as you were not able to join us for the commemoration in Ogdensburg on March 3rd, but the large county map that we've had mounted was presented for the first time on that day. So we have that out here as well for you to take a look at. Certainly an opportunity to celebrate St. Lawrence County this month. Nancy has organized an event this Thursday. You received a flyer on it last week. Please join if you can or stop in. The local historians will also be joining, as well as a partnership with local Canton Town and Village historian Linda Casserly. We're excited to highlight the events around the county and work with local historians who are ready to share and put information out there about the different areas of the county. Wanted to let you know that this Friday we'll be celebrating 1 year since Social Services opened their satellite office in Ogdensburg. They'll be having a small celebration at noon. If you're able to stop in or send along comments that Commissioner Seaver can share. It has certainly been an interesting year as we have moved into this territory of having approximately 16 staff in Ogdensburg, not one staff departure. Still to this day, since we've moved over there, and they have an available fitness center through our partnership with United Helpers in that location. And as we learned from our experiences in Ogdensburg, we're moving to, and hopefully you'll see at services, some progress on our Messina efforts. So we are excited about it, certainly happy for the staff who've moved into Ogdensburg and were able to take advantage of being closer to their cases and reporting out as well. Tomorrow, there's a ribbon cutting ceremony on the removal of the Northumberland Bridge that will be held in Morristown at 11. You are all invited. You received that communication from Deputy Clerk Big Wharf last week. Let us know if you'll be attending. We'd like to pass that along to the folks at the DEC. Again, this week, we'll have some technology options available in the office. Please stop in. A few of you were kind enough to take a look and give us some feedback. That's going to help us make a determination for the technology we want to put in place for next year. But other than that, unless there's questions, that's all I have.
Ms. Hager.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mrs. Doyle, on Thursday, that's at the Fairfield Inn, correct?
If I could, I would ask Nancy to speak to it if she would mind.
It is.
And it starts at what time?
6 p.m.
Thank you.
until about 8.
Great. Thank you.
Any other questions of Ruth? Go ahead, Mr. Smithers.
On Wednesday, there's going to be a tour of the Corning thing. And I would encourage you to ask them if they could have a future tour for those that aren't able to make it for this.
I'd be happy to. So I'll be attending.
That'd be a very positive, nice thing to do that. I've never been there.
Agreed.
Mr. Akers.
Give us the time and where we'll be meeting at the plant itself.
10:45.
10:45 at the front gate.
We'll make sure you have those details.
Thank you.
That's it. Any old business? Any new business? Go ahead, Mr. Reagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to thank you, Mr. Chair. I learned recently that the New York State Department of Corrections is going to keep the heat on at Ogdensburg Correctional Facility. And I'd like to thank all the members of the board for their support of our resolution earlier this year urging the state to do that. And Legislature Chair Bill Sheridan personally relayed that message to the governor. And, you know, our efforts in support of Senator Patty Ritchie's leadership in urging the state of New York to keep the heat on at Ogdensburg Correctional. I think we've kept the heat on the state to fulfill their promise to work with us to repurpose the facility. And the first step was getting them to recognize that once that heat goes off in that building, those facilities will begin to deteriorate. So thank you all.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Forsythe.
Yeah, I'd like to just follow up on Harry's statement. I plan on being on Corning Wednesday for sure. I'm very interested in that. Last Wednesday, Legislator Reagan and myself got to go to Ford Tribute in Magic Power and Equipment Museum. And if no one's ever been there, go. It's amazing. I hadn't been there since 2010. And what a group and an organization those guys are. You haven't seen it else, and just incredible. So, and it's right in our backyard, and it was very worthwhile. Thank you.
Mr. Reagan.
Just to echo Dave's remarks, for those of you who aren't familiar with the St. Lawrence Power and Equipment Museum, it is our own Upper Canada Village that's being created by a group of volunteers who have put in endless hours of volunteer time to make that possible. And Fort Tribute is a reconstruction of a Civil War era fort that was built to the standards of a Civil War era fort. And even though we did not have a fort here in St. Lawrence County during the Civil War, we did have 6,000 citizens from St. Lawrence County who volunteered and went to save the Union, and that fort celebrates their memory. So whether, you'll be amazed at all the different things that they have. They have a little school, a little print shop, a little gas station, a little, they have a huge carriage barn with carriages of all sorts, unlike, any collection I've ever seen. They have a equine center where they have horse shows, and it's all done by volunteers. And it's, if you have children or grandchildren, bring them out. They'll be fascinated.
Thank you. Any other new business? Go ahead, Mr. Akers.
Just to add to the Civil War comments, I thought we had about 8,000 men and I think some women that participated from St. Lawrence County in the Civil War, which during the Civil War, the population of St. Lawrence County was 80,000. And by my calculations, that was 40% of the fighting age men and working age men that left St. Lawrence County to fight for the freedom of the slaves. It's quite a contribution by St. Lawrence County.
I'll accept that as a friendly amendment.
Okay. Do we need to go into executive session?
We do for,
Oh, wait a minute, committee reports. Let me get to that first. Any committee reports? Done? Go ahead. Sorry about that. Sorry.
litigation, negotiations, personnel, and that is for the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation, and appointments.
Motion to go into executive session made by Ms. Curran, second by Mr. Scudder. All in favor?
Aye. Can be done.
Ms. Curran, you have some appointments for us.
Yes, for Agriculture and Farmland Protection Board, terms to expire 10/3/2026. I have John Greenwood of Canton, Stephen McKnight of Chase Mills, Joseph Terrell of Canton. For the St. Lawrence County Planning Board, terms to expire 10/3/2025. and have Ken Beller of Messina, Andrew Gilbert of Potsdam, Julia Rose of Fraser Falls, and Cheryl Shatraw of Morristown.
Okay, you made the motion. Is there a second on those names?
Second.
Mr. Lightfoot, Mr. Fay, Mr. Akers, make your seconds. Any discussion? Go ahead, Mr. Akers.
I know virtually everyone on this list are all outstanding citizens.
Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And Mr. Akers, you have,
Mr. Chairman, I move for appointment to the St. Lawrence County Trails Advisory Board for a term to expire on October 3rd of 2025. Philip Cavallino, State Highway 37, Ogdensburg. I move for his appointment.
second by Mr. Lightfoot, Mr. Forsythe. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, I've got some appointments I'm gonna talk about, open session, for the, repurposing, of the Ogdensburg Correctional Facility. But I'll tell about it there.
We're there.
We're in, that's right, okay. Sorry about that. It's getting late, it's the tail end of the agenda. Okay, we have the repurposing committee, that, is, the governor has asked for, to have us give some recommendations. And, so, Dave Forsythe and Jim Reagan will be on that committee. And, Dan Scamparelli, who's on the city council, has also agreed to be on that committee. And one other person is going to be getting back to me, within the next few days to let me know whether she could be in that committee. And so those are the names, and we'll let you know as time goes on who that other person will be. Mr. Reagan.
Could I recommend that Patrick Kelly, the IDA CEO, also be on that committee to assist us with it?
Yes, we can do that. Yeah, I don't see any problem there. If you guys don't see any problem. Yeah. I go with that. Well, I'll put that on it. He would be obviously be agreeable to it. Okay. Yes, Mr. What's that?
Just a consideration, but I do believe someone from Bridgeport Authority should be on that. Oh. That's up to you. I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, if that's the feeling, we can do that too.
Steve Lawrence, the executive director, is a good guy.
What's his name?
Steve
Lawrence. Yeah, I went to high school with me. Yeah, Steve, good guy on that. Yeah. Steve Lawrence and Kelly. Okay. All right. There's no objections. We can put those people on too. They're gonna have some good ideas, good intentions. So, just go ahead, Mr. Eckler. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned.